Good morning, Chuck here with No Time to Be Sad. Hey, this morning I want to talk to you about some things, I don't know, they're kind of bothering me, and I'm gonna have to put this to an end somehow and move forward and try to get over it. I want to share some personal things with you because the reason why I feel like I need to do this is because my channel is No Time to Be Sad. I'm sharing my life, my everyday adventures, my everyday thoughts, and a lot of people have a lot of questions, a lot of personal stuff and that they want to ask me, and a lot of personal interactions with people on this channel. So there's a couple different types of people in the world. I think there's people that are always positive about everything and people that are just negative about everything, you know. I think it comes to a point in our life when, I don't know, maybe when we get older, I'm not there yet, but you know, everything in our life depends on our course, our direction, our decisions, our choices. Everything that we've made in our life leads us to a certain point in our life. And some people aren't happy with their current situation, so they blame it on others, or some people just accept their life and just try to be happy with what they have. It gets to a certain point, I think, where you can't make the changes. You've already traveled down the road, you've come to the end, and it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. But I'm not at that point yet. I've made a lot of stupid choices in my life. I've done a lot of stupid things. Let's just say I took the long way around to get to where I'm at today, just like many people. So I try to learn from my mistakes, but I always try to look at everything in a positive way. So since I've started this channel, actually since I moved to Thailand, I lost mostly all of my old friends. And, you know, I've met a lot of people, and there's been a lot of circumstances in Thailand, whether it was immigration or the current virus thing that comes and goes. And, you know, the way I feel about things doesn't agree and doesn't set well with some others. It's okay, it's my life, it's my channel. I'm just sharing, I'm sharing our adventures, and the outcome will be inevitable. You'll see what happened. But good morning.
Morning.
Sabai di mai?
Sabai di.
Today we're having a cooking show. วันนี้ทำอาหารอะไรครับ
ตอนเย็นจะผัดกะเพราไก่
Pakapao Guy is going to be our next cooking channel, on our next cooking channel. Well, maybe not the next video, I have a few. Anyway, I've lost quite a few, you know, not really friends, but just people that I have met, maybe that come to the house. You know, they said, I'll tell you for a couple of, for instances, when this virus started to come into Thailand, a lot of people's responses was that I was irresponsible and I was going to kill my family, like I was going to bring the disease back and destroy everybody in our community because we travel a lot and I'm irresponsible. But to me, that's just, it's okay, you know, if we have a difference in opinion, but don't have to always be negative about everything, you know. Everything in life has stress. Everything goes through certain things, and they either adapt, they die, or they bloom out, get better, and they move forward. But I don't like negativity constantly. People see something, and the first thing they do is they go right to the negative response, the negative way of thinking, and I don't like to deal with it. So let me just kind of back up. You know, I had 3 kids by the time I was 25 years old. And I found myself in a very stressful position. You know, I had a lot of responsibilities, and I had to make a lot of sacrifices for my family. I was in a horrible relationship, I would say, not forever, but towards the end, a few years towards the end, and was very stressed out and not happy. I mean, on the verge of like nervous breakdown type stuff, you know, trying to do the same repetitious stuff every day and trying to keep my composure because I had too many people depending on me at the moment. So, you know, got through that and realized later on that I could make a change and get a divorce. And once I did that, my kids, everybody seemed to be on the path up to happiness. And then I met Paige by coincidence, and I never met anybody like that. And she kind of made me think a little bit different about things, kind of the Thai sabai attitude. And she helped me realize that a lot of things that I worried about all the time didn't really matter. And I was just doing it to myself. I was being negative and I was being stressed out about things that eventually worked out in the long run. So she made me think a little bit differently about things. I try not to be so stubborn on the way I think. You know, I try to change, I try to evolve. I don't try to always think, well, I know everything, and that's just the way it is, because things change and you have to learn as you go, I think. You have to just become a better person for yourself. So anyway, I met Paige. I had a pretty good career as an auto technician. I worked at several car dealerships. I was an auto mechanic for about 30 years, master A1 mechanic. There's Paige. And then decided to own a few businesses. I had a couple of automotive shops, and then I had a pretty stressful business towards the end. So, but now I just have an aggravating Thai wife. You're hitting my microphone.
It's okay. Get over.
But I tell you what put me on the path of no time to be sad. You want some coffee?
Huh?
You probably already had enough, huh? We're about to go on a walk. I'm gonna tell you about our next video adventure here coming up in a minute after I blah, blah, blah for just a moment. You guys know my story about wanting to come to Thailand, but prior to that, we sold everything. We downsized our life quite a bit, and that really kind of de-stressed a lot, being able to save quite a bit of money and not maxing out our bills. But we got rid of everything, put what we needed in a travel trailer, and I packed a big diesel 4x4 truck full of all kind of what-if things in case something happened on the road, and we just left. We kind of didn't have too much of a plan. We knew where states that we wanted to go, and we just kind of figured out next stop, next stop, next stop as we went by. I did all the planning. I got all of the RV parks, and I pretty much did everything as far as all the traveling and decision making on where we're going to go. Paige had some ideas of some things that she wanted to see, so I kind of steered us in that direction. But that lifestyle really made me like really not worry too much, and I realized that for a long time I forgot about everything, like the politics, I gotta be somewhere at a certain time, and all these people that depend on me, and you know, my phone. I still kept my phone because my business I sold to somebody else, but I promised him for 6 months I would help him with the transition of steering my customers who had all of my information towards him. So I still had to answer the phone, which was okay because I didn't really care anyway, but I was just helping him out. But I didn't have any thoughts of all this stuff, so I'm not going to try to drag this out, but you know, a lot of times we find ourselves in a position where we're so stressed out and maxed and have nowhere to turn, and it's kind of like we turn to negativity because it makes us feel better, and we don't know how to escape it. You have to figure out a way to move forward. You can't stay in that rut. You can't stay negativity. And a lot of people don't want to hear about it unless you find yourself only hanging out with people that, you know, only argue with you. I mean, that only agree with you and have the same type of negativity that you share. So I found myself in a position to where I could just concentrate on the things in my life that I can control. I could control, like, if I'm not happy at a certain, like, mobile home, at a travel trailer place, we would just move to the next. And if we didn't like the weather in a certain state, we would just move to the next. And we actually did avoid a few hurricanes. So we were able to not deal with that, and we moved on. So that was the beginning of my new thought process. Like, I was able to really control my life. So when we came to Thailand, I wanted to come to Thailand with that same mentality as not have, I say this a lot, a bunch of anchors, and I wanted to kind of live carefree so I could not worry so much about all the negativity, because I didn't have any anchors, I didn't have any ties. I was like really flexible. So I've been doing that now for 4 years in Thailand, and I tell you, it's been really great. I have zero worries because I don't care. If stuff happens in Thailand to where it becomes unlivable as a foreigner, or the requirements are out of my reach, then I'll just move. I'll do something different. I'll find a place to be happier, because there's many places in the world. It's a big world. But I found life to be really simple when I don't have all these ties. And I met a lot of people that have some anchors, whether it's a job, a business, a home, kids. No offense, because a lot of my subscribers are these people, and a lot of my friends are these people, and everybody to each his own, and everybody needs to do in their life what makes sense to them and makes them happy. I'm only sharing how I'm in the position I am, and why I think like I do, and what I need to do to make a change right now. So I think a lot of those people, they get kind of amplified about certain events, about things that are happening, and you know, it tends sometimes to go negative in the way that they talk, because they're kind of locked in, so they have no choices, like no options, like. And then sometimes they revert to, well, oh, it's not like, oh, everything's going to get better and this and that, or, oh, my neighbors are so loud, but I don't know, I think we can eventually get used to it, and they're chickens, or maybe I'll get used. No, it's not like that. It's always, I wish they would die or something, you know. To try to cut this down short, right now in my life is very good. A lot of things are happening in the world. I'm a little inconvenienced, but hey, it's gonna get better. It's not gonna last. You know, when this thing first happened, I didn't quite know how to deal with it, but you know, I've learned how to mentally deal with it, and I'm gonna do it. And if it continues, then I'll continue to figure out a way to get through this and stay positive. But like I said earlier, I've lost quite a bit of friends, acquaintances, because I don't like negativity. It's okay if you want to be negative, but I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it, and I don't want it to be shared to me, and you know, so on and so forth. But right now, because I'm in the public, a lot of people share their problems with me. Let's just say, for example, 20,000 views on a video, maybe let's just say maybe 10% will comment. Let's just say 90% of those comments that are shown are positive, and then 10% that are shown are negative, and then there's a queue that sometimes I'm too lazy to go through a lot of the stuff. And what the queue is certain, like if you share a website, YouTube doesn't put it in the comment section on anybody. It automatically has to be reviewed, because if you share a website that's negative, you're like more at fault than the person sharing it. So certain things go into a queue that has to be reviewed, and a lot of that stuff is just kind of crazy stuff, you know, and stuff I don't really care about. I don't care about sharing certain negative crap, because what can you do? It's always going to be there. My life is very short. I'm going to enjoy it to the max that I possibly can. I can't control my past. I can't control the path that I've taken. I can't control any of that, but what I can do is worry today about trying to figure out just to enjoy life, be unpredictable, be happy, and that's all I can really do. But these comments are like, God, you know, that's the only negativity that I have in my life. And this channel has become like an anchor to me, this YouTube channel. It's so mostly positive and motivating. It's difficult to try to help individuals like I initially wanted to do in this channel. But the negativity, so the only thing I can either do is just kill the comments and just show you the videos. But I think the interaction I think is important. But because I show my life and it gets a little bit personal, I'm subjected to this. So I created this path and I have to figure out a way to deal with it. So I don't quite know how to do that yet, but I'm just sharing with you today that you guys have only one life. When you're gone, you're gone. All your crap, all your things, all your accomplishments, all the things that you worried about your whole entire life, it's all still gonna be there when you're gone. But when you're gone, you're gone. You're dead, you're dead. Just concentrate on your short time in life and try to figure out a way to be happy, because all the other stuff doesn't matter. That's all I'm trying to say, is try to work in a positive direction, because it only affects you. It doesn't affect anybody else. So the more negative you could be, you're just gonna flatline. Try to get through your problems. Let me just give you some advice. She just popped in like bam. I'm gonna give you some advice. Take it or leave it. You need to have a vision, okay? I don't care how old you are. I don't care what you've done in your life, the path you've taken. You can still move forward in your life, but you need to have a vision of what you want to accomplish. What are you doing, babe? I can't think when you're like, you need to have a vision. You need to think about what you want to accomplish in your life. And once you have this vision, a positive vision, you need to figure out how to get there. You need to make the plan, you need to make the sacrifices, and you've got to get there. I remember when I was going through my vision and I was making my sacrifices, I was just super amplified about everything that was going around me, and I was just like, I just wanted to strangle people, you know, but I had to get through that. And I did. I just constantly looked at my vision, and I always moved forward. I never stayed back because I knew where I wanted to be, but I had to make the sacrifices in order to get there. So that's just my only advice to you today, is to try to stop being negative. Try to envision a better future for yourself and try to figure out a way to get there, you know? Maybe just something small. I don't know, but the negativity's got to stop, because it's not something that I want to deal with. So either I've got to disable the comments, or I've got to figure out a better way to deal with the comments in the comment section. So anyway, I'm just sharing with you some personal thoughts today, because this channel is personal. You know, you guys know a lot about me, and you guys share a lot of stuff to me too, and most of it is super positive. And I want to thank everybody, especially this last year. Our channel has grown a lot, and I want to keep the channel going. I think it's important to show something positive in the wake of all this crazy stuff that we can't control in our life, you know. So keep being strong, keep thinking positive, try really hard to keep the negativity down. Things are gonna get better. There's no reason in trying to make yourself feel good by being negative, because it's only affecting you. So anyway, affect yourself in a positive way. That's really all I've got to say about that. Thank you for listening to me blah blah blah, and today's going to be a great day. Me and Paige are fixing to go to a walk. We're going to go shopping. My mother-in-law wants me to take her to shopping. I know you guys are super excited about that. Actually, a lot of people love to go out and see what's happening in the town and the shopping and just kind of escape what's going on. And I do that for you guys because most of you like that. Most of the unspoken people on my channel like that, or they wouldn't continue to watch every time. I appreciate you guys a whole lot. I know you've never commented. I know you've never interacted with me, and you're the 90% that I want to thank you so very much. And the 15% that are always positive and always helping me in the comment section and sharing their experiences. You guys are super wonderful, awesome people, and I really appreciate that. And the little bit of negative stuff that gets shown, just try to be positive because nobody really wants to hear it, okay? We all have our problems. We've all got to figure out a way to get through them. So anyway, ขอบคุณนะครับโชคดีครับ I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next video. Don't forget to check out the cooking channel. I'll leave another link to it here. It's very fun, exciting, and I think you'll enjoy it. Peace.